Just tell me that whether you can see the screen. See my screen?
Yes, when visual.
Yeah. Okay then. So let's fasten our seatbelts and let's dive into the sky of data analytics with R. I'm Kitishari Mishra again, welcoming you all to this session on behalf of Silan Software. Okay. So today's agenda is I will tell you about the introduction. I will give you introduction to data analytics. What are the technologies that is revolving around this? Then where this R programming fits into that, and we will discuss a little regarding the comparative study of R and Python. Then we will discuss regarding the basic roadmaps, how you can get into this data analytics with R. You can pursue the career in that. So that we'll discuss that later. So, but before I will go to the today's agenda, the details of the agenda, I want to ask you all that why we're discussing all these things. What is the need that today's we are sitting together and we have reached certain point and we are discussing regarding this data analytics? Forget about the technology R or Python or anything else, but why today? Why not earlier we have discussed all these things? Why today? Because it's all revolving around one particular thing, that is data. Everywhere there is data, and nowadays data has become so important as that of gold or diamond. So data is gold now. What does this mean? Because 10 years back, if you'll see, everywhere there is suppose you are going to watch a cinema, you are going to watch a movie to the movie theater, and the movie theater producers, they just wait for you so that you will come and you will see that movie and you will generate some revenue to them. So they are dependent on you to get money, to make money, to do business. So every 10 years back, the scenario was the business houses, the product houses, the product manufacturing companies, the multinational companies, they wait for the customers, they wait for the consumers to come and give their data. But nowadays, they push you to, they pursue you to give your data, and wherever sources the data is available, they catch it and make use of it to increase their businesses. So data is everywhere. You see, in daily life, you generate so much of data. When you see something, any video, any certain search you do in Google, everywhere you are generating the data. And technologies has been so much advanced that whenever you see something, you watch something, the technology make you do some kind of things, and they suggest you some other things, so that unknowingly you will be in their track to watch movies or to purchase some goods or to view certain other things related to your search items, related to your viewed items. Okay, so that is how the data has become so much popular and gained a lot of importance in nowadays in the business markets. Okay, so I have some pictures which I have collected from internet. The slide was so small that I could not accommodate every single pictures of all these sources where from we are generating the data. But I have kept certain things to make you understand. You can see here that many sources are involved. Can you see this slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So from mobile, you are generating some data. You are viewing something, and you are generating some data. You are the technologies the market is just looking is watching carefully that from where data is coming, what search item is been searched today, which item, which keyword has been become so much popular. Suppose today 10 people searched about data analytics with R, so you can see that you in the forthcoming days you will get suggestions like regarding the courses of data analytics with R, regarding the information tutorials, regarding the courses, regarding the syllabus, regarding the videos, everything you will see regarding data analytics with R. Simply you have searched data analytics with R and you will get so much of suggestions. So the people in the market, they are just watching your actions from where the data is coming. So you are generating some data through mobile, through desktops, through computer systems, and from sensing in any kind of tracking system you are using, people are using, vehicles are using, from there data is generated, where the vehicle is going, where the vehicle is transferred, which vehicle is going at what direction. You are having the railway tracking system. You might have heard about the app Where Is My Train. There you will get, if you are moving through a train and you want to know what is the status of my train, where it is, and which stations it has crossed. So like this, everywhere you can see the data is generated. Okay, and this data has become so much dynamic. It is not static data. Do you understand what is static and dynamic data? So whatever is there previously with you, static, the no happening is going on. Today you will find that the average population is 1.4 billion, but now after some days, after 2-3 days, you will find that the data has become something else. It has grown to 1.5. So like this, you will see that the particular commodity price is 2000 per unit, but after a second or 15 seconds, you will find the commodity price has dropped drastically to 500 per unit. Okay, so like this you will see that the data has is changing from time to time, and that's why the data is becoming dynamic. The data is growing explosively. So this data is nowadays termed as big data. You might have heard this term. So this all these sources like mobile data, trading, user behavior, internet, sensing, and other sources, they are contributing to the pool of data, so that the data has become big and it is growing bigger. So some other I can show you some other sources from where you are getting some data, like healthcare. You are getting data from agriculture, you are getting data from banking and finance, e-commerce, manufacturing, risk management and disaster predictions, automotive and robotics. From many sources you are getting the data. And you see, in 2008, okay, so by the end of 2020, I have data up to 2020. You can see that how big, how exponentially the data is growing. So this is why we are here. We are together to understand the bits and bits of all the things regarding data analytics. Okay. So I will just tell you in very short form, so that you will be able to understand the terms, the terminologies, if you have not. Okay, so data analytics, I'm saying the entire session is all about data analytics with R. So I will make you understand what is data, then I will make you understand what is analytics, and then I will make you understand what is R, then I will make you understand why R and what it is doing with data analytics. Okay. So first of all, let us start with the very simpler one, that is data. You might have heard, you have seen, you are generating, you are doing everything with data. But unless and until you will acknowledge which one is the data, you will not able to deal with it. You will not be able to deal properly. Okay. So you need to understand what is data. So what is data? I've already written it. So raw facts or figures that are included as a part of a collection to draw inference about certain entity. That means anything and everything can be termed as data. Anything and everything can be termed as data if it has certain aim. It is a part of a collection. It is a part of a collection to draw inference, to know something about certain entity. Otherwise, it will not be a data. For example, if I'll write 12 at certain place, suppose I will write 12. What is 12 there? I will just put 12 somewhere. So is it a data? Is it a data? Will it be called as a data?
No.
No, it will not be called as a data. It is just a number. Okay. If I'll tell, suppose one name, that is, let's say Suman. So if I'll tell Suman, then it is just a name, but it is not a data now. But when it will be data? When it will be collected. When these 12 or this Suman, they will be collected to draw inference about certain person, certain place, then only they will become the data. Otherwise, they will not. So what is data? Data are raw facts or figures that are included as a part of a collection to draw inference about certain entity. Data is always associated with certain aim. Just remove the aim, there will be no data. There will be simply raw facts. So they will be associated with some aim. Okay. Now you have collected some data. Everywhere data is collected, but how the data is dealt with? How you are dealing with the data? You are just keeping the data at some place, like in Excel sheet you are keeping the data, in Microsoft Access, in other databases like Oracle you are keeping the data, in SQL Server you are keeping the data just as it is. So in databases, in some storehouses, data will be kept as it is, in a refined manner, in a structured manner, in a semi-structured manner, or simply in unstructured manner. You will keep the data. Nothing will happen. Simply nothing will happen. But if you will collect this data, we will import the data, you will get the data, and you will perform some computational analysis systematically, then you can draw some better insights. Like I will tell that I have data about Bhubaneswar, entire city, Bhubaneswar city. So there are a lot of branches of information. Like I can have geographic information, I can have economic information of Bhubaneswar, I can have historical information of Bhubaneswar. So which type of information I can deal with? Means how, where, up to what extent I can deal with it. So that thing we need to see, that if we will do certain suppose I will tell that I will go for the geographical data of Bhubaneswar. Let's say you all are from Bhubaneswar, right? Or in any other part of Odisha or any other part of India? Is there anyone who is not from Bhubaneswar, from Odisha, outside Bhubaneswar? Is there anybody?
Yes, ma'am. I am from Puri.
You are from Puri. Great. So, is there anyone who is from outside Odisha?
Yes, ma'am. I am from Jharkhand.
You are
Yes,
from
ma'am. I am also from Jharkhand.
you are from Jharkhand. Okay.
I am from
Any
UP, ma'am.
you are from UP. Okay, fine. And anyone else? Okay. So anyone who is from outside India? Is there anyone? Okay. No one is there. Okay, fine. So actually, if I'll go for a particular geographical data of a particular city, let's say Bhubaneswar. So what best I can do with this data? What best I can do with the data? I can just know what is the geographical structure, where the mountain is there, which mountains are there, where are the rivers, how many rivers are there, how many canals are there, how many buildings are there, and anything and everything regarding the geographical details of Bhubaneswar. So now the thing is that this is the data, but how I can make use of it, how I will deal with it. The more and more insight I will find, the more and more useful I will make the data. The data becomes more and more useful if I analyze this data to greater extent. So this analysis cannot be done manually. It has to take the help of some technologies, and those technologies are available in computers. So the computational analysis of data, which will transform this data into certain insight, that you will get to know that what can be done with this city, whether the city can be can have larger breezes, whether the city can have very fancy bridges like you see in Switzerland or Dubai or like that. You might have seen a lot of sculptures, architectures in Dubai and Switzerland, in many Hawaii and many other foreign cities where very fancy bridges are built, are established. So can we establish such kind of, can you construct such kind of bridges, highways in Bhubaneswar? So for that I need this geographical data. I need to dig deep into this geographical data of Bhubaneswar. So my point is that the more and more the more and more analysis you will make with the data, it will transform this same data into meaningful insights, so that you can perform extraordinary things, and you can predict the future. You can see, you can tell that I can do this with Bhubaneswar, I can do with this in my city, I can do I can do it better way, do it in a better way. So for that the analysis is important. So what is analytics? Analytics is just the systematic computational analysis of data that transforms the data scientifically to give certain insights, to give some meaningful key insights that will that can predict the future, that can suggest you to enhance the quality of certain uh, here we are talking about city. You can tell a certain entity can be very well enhanced, and the businesses can grow, the market can be set properly. So a lot of things can happen with this analytics. Okay, so before going to how and why, I will just show you a very popular example of I will take the popular example of Coca-Cola manufacturing house. You might have, you know Coca-Cola, right? All of you?
Yes.
Yeah. Is it a healthy drink? Nowadays, it's a confusion. So whether you'll drink Coke, you'll drink Pepsi, you'll drink Mirinda, you'll drink Sprite, or what you'll drink, that is a confusion. Anyway, so 30 years back, Coca-Cola has has been set, and its flavor has drastically changed the market of cold drinks, and it has gained its popularity by its old secret formula. But after certain years, Coca-Cola announced a change as a new Coke, where it has given, you can see that new Coke would have a smoother, sweeter taste, similar to Diet Coke, whatever is there, whatever was there, the old Coke style, and but sweetened with corn syrup. A new addition is been made to the original Coke, and to make it sweeter and smoother. And it announced it publicly that this is a new Coke, and market researcher and pollsters were sure that it would be a hit. Definitely, everyone was enthusiastic. Everyone were very much eagerly waiting for the new Coke. But what happened? What happened when the new Coke came to the market? It was bitten badly. Only 13% of the soda drinkers liked the Coke, and this experiment was not accepted by the consumers. And on the other hand, the Coke drinkers, they launched the grassroots campaigns to bring back the original Coca-Cola, and which compelled the company to work on it. That means the new Coke was totally not accepted. You can see that it is not accepted by the people, and they have launched a campaign to bring back the original Coca-Cola. So what went wrong? Where did the company go wrong? Can anyone tell? Before launching a product and moving back the original one, this decision of the company, where it is wrong? Can anyone tell? Are you all listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, can anyone tell that where the company did the mistake? What should be done before launching a new product?
To analyze the market first.
Exactly. The analysis of the market, of the product that was there, that should be done rigorously. That is been understood by the president, Donald Kioff, who stated that the simple fact is that of all of time and money and skill poured into consumer research on a new Coca-Cola could not measure or reveal the depth and abiding emotional attachment to original Coca-Cola felt by so many people. That means it has not compared the research. It has done only the research, consumer research on the new Coke, but it has not done much research on the original Coca-Cola and the emotional attachment to it. So that if it would have done properly, then it would not have been removed from the market and new Coca-Cola would have been launched. So the market research has some lacuna. That's why this disaster has been made. So the company failed to take the right business decision. It would not have been happened if the data would have been analyzed properly. Okay. Now, so I will just make you aware of what are the processes so that you can know better, you can know the data better. Have you ever seen the data present in any database or any Excel sheet or anywhere? Have you seen a bunch of data like 1000, 2000 means in more than 4 digits? Have you all watched?
Yes, ma'am.
You have all watched. Okay. So when the data will grow bigger, the more and more inferences can be produced out of it. From 11 data, from 10 persons data, if we calculate the average height, suppose I will tell that how many persons have joined. Rasmi sir, can you tell me how many participants are there? Now 27 participants are there. Okay, so not much have joined. Okay, fine. So out of the 27 participants, if I'll tell that I will take the physical participants, that means those who have joined online, but they are just in this room. Let's say in this room, I have only 5 people, and I will take the average height of these 5 people, and I will tell that the average height is let's say 5.2 inch, 5.2 feet. So but actually, if I'll calculate the entire 27 people's height, and I will take the actual average height, then it will be 5.5. So which um, type of analysis, or which type of calculation, or which type of uh, scenario will give me more accurate data? The more number of data I will include, the more accurate I will approach. I will approach to a good level of accuracy if more and more data will be collected. So I have to, first of all, to analyze the data, I have to gather the data first. I have to import the data from different sources. In order to take inference, in order to have a higher aim and predict the future, I need to gather data first of all. So that is the first step of data analysis. The entire data analytics, I have to first gather the data from different sources. There are a lot many things that are involved in this, but I have just penned down the basic steps so that it will be easier for you to discuss within this short period of time. But whenever you will go to the details of the course or details of this field, you will get to know how these things are done, how the data has been gathered, how it is collected, how it is set together. So that is the first step, that you need to gather the data, you need to collect the data. Then after collecting the data, you have to make a sync. You have to make a sync. You have to look for the data, what is available, what is not available. That means you have to clean the data. You have to prepare the data by first cleaning. You need to deal with the missing values. You need to deal with the unwanted data. That means whatever data you have collected, that suppose I have given a person to collect that data where there is a name field of districts in Odisha, let's say. So in districts of Odisha, they have suppose there is a district Khordha. So Khordha, they have written KHORDA somewhere, and somewhere they have written KHURDA. Somewhere they have written Khordha within brackets. Somewhere they have written Khordha with spaces. Somewhere they have written in uppercase. Somewhere they have written in lowercase. So there will be so much of anomalies within the data, and you have to clean them. So you have to deal with the missing values, you have to deal with the unwanted data, you have to deal with the outliers, duplicates, etc. I will not go to the details of each and everything, but I'm telling that these are the things that might be present in your data, so which has to be cleaned first in order to prepare the data. The first process is preparation of data. Next, you will do some of the exploratory analysis of the data. You have to see what is present in the data, and then you will get to know that what can be done to the data. So first of all, you have to just make a summary out of it, that what is the average, what is the frequency, what is the distribution, what is the bent of distribution, like what is the skewness, how much data is in how much way the data is dispersed, what are the seasonal variations, what are the quartile deviations. So all these things, all these statistical measures, that you need to see at first. After it is getting prepared, after it has been cleaned, then you have to go for all these things. Okay, then you have to see, you have to visualize it with the help of charts, graphs, and maps. You can visualize it, so that you can get a uh, better thought how to deal with this data, in order to give a prescription, give more predictions, or prescribe something, or suggest the business houses. So those things you need to do by visualizing the data at the first level. You can understand the trend of the data, you can understand the pattern the data is showing, you can understand the correlations between the relationship between the data. Okay, you can see that which variable affects other, so that also you can analyze. So all these exploratory analysis you can do with the data. Next, then you can go for managing the data. That means you can, after suppose your data house, it needs only the basic analysis and preparation of the data, cleaning of the data, and the basic analysis. Then you can just submit the cleaned data and analyzed data to your management. So how you will represent? You will represent through in tabular form, in form of tables, or you can show them the data insights by the help of charts, graphs, and you can also present the data insights. You can present the key insights with the help of reporting. You can also make management reporting with the help of all this data we get after cleaning and analysis. Then after that, if further analysis needed to be done, like suppose it is a garment factory. Let's say we have a garment factory. So in summer you will have you can see the market is responding to cotton clothes, light clothes, soft clothes. So those are uh, gaining popularity, so you will produce more and more of that. But it should not go beyond certain limit, so that the summer will end and there will be a bunch of inventories ready, which is not of any use in the month of December, January, which are having winter season. So the garment house must be ready, that how much production I need to make, how much uh, things, how much stock I should have, so that it will last the next year. Okay, so all these kind of decisions, all these business decisions, they are depending on the predictions, future predictions. So you can extend the scope of analysis with the help of this data analytics. Okay, it is done like this is a bigger picture where everything is in cloud. You might have heard in cloud, might have heard the term cloud. What is cloud? Have you heard about the term cloud?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what is that?
There is some collection of computers connected through network, and we can get service whenever that is required.
Okay, so cloud is just above everything, which is the biggest storehouse of all the data, which we have got from so many servers. Let it be internet servers and any kind of network. It is having network servers. From all the servers it is getting the data. So cloud is the bigger storehouse of all the data, and people, they send their data to cloud and get their data from cloud. When it is dealt in bigger extent, all the data handling are done to and fro the cloud. So likewise, in the previous slide, I have shown you that first thing is that you have to capture the data. So the first step, they will capture the data. Then they will process the data to make it clean, because there will be so many types of data. There may be some structured data. There may be structured data, semi-structured data, and unstructured data. Do you understand all these things? If not, I will tell you.
Yes, ma'am, we know.
Okay, so everybody or anyone is there who doesn't know what is structured data, what is semi-structured data, and what is unstructured data? Is there anyone? Okay, so let me tell you that basically what is unstructured data. Uh, can anyone tell? From where you will get the unstructured data? Okay, so I'm telling you, in both the cases, everyone is silent. If you know, silent. Whether you don't know, silence. So I don't get any picture that whether you know or not. So let me tell you that whenever the data is associated with some kind of meta data, like means some kind of information, like this data is this. Suppose I have a bunch of cities, and there is something called cities written as a field name. So I can get that, okay, this is cities, these are the names, these are the ages, these are the heights, these are the weights, like that. Everything is structured properly in tabular manner, and associated with certain keys, certain uh, techniques, certain constraints, everything in that there are some concept like relational database management systems or object oriented related relational database management system. So there will be so much of DBMS kind of thing where the data is made structured. Okay, all this text or numeric data, they are grouped together and in a structured manner. Semi-structure means there will be no constraints. There will be there may be tabular manner representation, but there won't be any um, uniformity. So that is somewhere there will be uniformity, somewhere there will be not. That will be semi-structured. And in some kind of data, there will be no structure at all. And this basically happens in uh, data like audio and video. Those data are completely unstructured. The tiny pieces of data we get from audio and video sources, those are completely unstructured. The images, they are completely unstructured. Okay, so first of all, the business or the data analytics houses, they capture the data, then refine it, they process it, and then they store it to make it further usable further. Then they'll go for analyzing it, and finally they will use it. So capture, process, store, analyze, and use. These 5 key points, key steps are the steps of data analytics. Okay. Are you all listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, only one person is responding every time. So what about others? All the others 26 persons?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the persons from Jharkhand, are you able to follow?
Yes, ma'am.
You are able to follow, or I'm a bit difficult to understand? Are you able to understand whatever I'm telling?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So, do you want to ask anything? And if you any of you want to ask anything to me, I'm using the English language, but trust me, if you'll ask me anything in your language also, I'll be able to answer. I know 4 languages. Okay. So, among which I know English, Hindi, Odia, Bengali, and somewhere I'm acquainted to Kannada also. But thing is that you can ask me in English, Hindi, or Odia even if you do not understand anything anywhere. Okay. So they can unmute also if any problem is going on. They can unmute. They can uh, ask in any language. Let it be Odia, let it be Hindi, let it be English, or in any language. I will definitely answer. Okay. Next. So up to this point, everyone is clear. So what is the data analytics process? The data analytics process is has very clear steps. First, you need to capture the data. Then you need to process the data to make it usable. Then there is a need to store the large amount of data. Then whenever you will collect data from different sources, there will be many sources. And after processing, after cleaning and refining and everything, the data will have a uniformity, and you need to store somewhere with its uniformity so that you can draw inference, you can do further operations, you can do further analysis to it. So you need to store it. Okay. Then after storing, you will analyze the data, and this process is just a part of the whole data analytics process. Whole data analytics process just contains this analysis process here, after it has been refined and stored properly. Then after analysis, you will find lots and lots of insights, lots of information out of it. Insights are more accurate because we get to know, in Odia we have a saying that Saru khodu khodu Mahadeva Baharle. Have anyone heard about this?
Yes, ma'am. No.
So you are digging deep into to get the particular vegetable which is dig deep into it, deep into the soil. But thing is that you have explored shivling there. So that is been told like that. So that is a process of analysis. You are digging deep into the data, whatever you have collected and refined. And this is a process of analysis. Then after analysis, you will get to know so many things and you can use it in your business purposes. So what are the business house who can employ the data analysts to get inference which will help their businesses? That we will discuss. So before that, I will tell a little about the type of data analytics, because all the data analytics process will have the processes. We have discussed regarding the process involved. Now we'll discuss regarding the types of data analytics you can make, you can encounter. So first one, there are 4 main types. The first one is descriptive data analytics. The first one is descriptive data analytics. This type of analytics has a limited scope to the past data. That means whatever data you have collected and refined and everything, everywhere in all these 4 steps, the data gathering, capturing, preparing, cleaning, everything is done before that. So when it comes to descriptive analysis, when it comes to descriptive data analytics, it will tell you what has happened in the past. That means seeing the past data, whatever data is available till the point of your analysis, whatever data is available till the point of analysis, that is the past data. That is not the current data or future data, that is the past data. So based on the past data, you will tell that this is the, suppose I will tell that this is the average um, sex ratio. Let's say in this country, the average sex ratio is male to female ratio is let's say 54.5. Okay, so like this, I'm not telling the exact value. I'm telling telling an example that it will tell the result based on the past data. So what has happened in the past, that it will tell. This type of analytics will tell you what has happened. Now, next type of data analytics is diagnostic data analysis. This will tell you why did it happen. That means, suppose in let's say I'm telling let's talk about a manufacturing company, or let's say a company, ice cream manufacturing company. Okay, so suppose in the month of in 2019, in the month of April, the sale of ice cream has dropped drastically. Okay, from the charts and graphs, it is clearly clearly displayed that the sale of ice cream is been dropped. Can anyone guess why it has happened? In 2019 on 20, in the month of April, which is the actually it is the booming season for sale of ice creams, but still it has dropped. Why? No one can tell, or they are messaging. You can
Due to
unmute.
due to pandemic, madam.
Yes, correct.
COVID-19.
Due to COVID-19 pandemic, the sale of ice cream has been dropped. So this is just a guess, and everyone knows. Here, everyone knows. We all have gone through this pandemic, and we all have witnessed this pandemic. How what is the situation? How crisis happened? Everything we know. We have already experienced all these things, so we can very easily guess. But suppose in the month of in this year 2023 in the month of April, it is showing that in 2019 it is dropped, in 2020 it is dropped, then into 2021 it has roused, and very well it has done the business. In 2022 also it has done business, then again in 2023 it is dropping. So now this diagnostic data analytics will tell why did it happen. This will tell why did it happen. Maybe there is a launch of new flavor and it has come to the market, and maybe it has not much appealing to the customers. Maybe there is a booming of new pandemic which we do not know. Lot of people, they are suffering from fever. They are not going out for purchasing ice creams. So that's why there may be reason. So that kind of analysis, that is known as diagnostic analysis. Okay. So there it will tell that why did it happen. Okay. Then the business houses will get to know that this is the scenario, so it has happened. So from the data only, it is we will be able to know this reason. Then another type of data analytics is predictive data analytics. Predictive data analytics, it will predict the future, what is likely to happen in future. That means in the in last 10 years we have seen that the flavor, butterscotch flavor, has boomed, have taken over the market, taken control over the market. Means the highest popularity of the ice creams goes to butterscotch ice creams. So in the next forthcoming future, the business houses, the ice cream manufacturing company, will produce more and more such kind of ice creams, right? So how much will be the requirement? How much should be produced? How much should be kept in stock? What should be done in future? That has to be analyzed properly and predicted. And those type of this type of data analytics will be called as predictive data analytics. Then finally, the last one is the prescriptive data analytics, which tells what is the best course of action, how you will improve, what is the suggestion after analyzing all the data, past, current, all the data, and after predicting the future also, what course of action you can suggest, what is needed to be done. So that prescriptive data analytics will tell. So there are 4 types of data analytics. That means though the data analysts, those who are employed all here, they are working in these 4 areas. So there are more and more employment opportunities that you can make your make your quality of quality of analysis can be used. Okay, so I have given something in detail, but I have already discussed it, so I am skipping this slide. Now I will tell you how this data analytics have helped many houses, many companies of many sectors. So the first one is supply chain. So these are the sectors where the data analytics are applied, and it is rigorously applied. So I have just listed down some of them, but there are many small and big houses, big production houses, big markets. They are using this data analytics feature, data analytics concept in their companies. But I have listed a few main major sectors where data analytics is used. So first one is supply chain. Do you know what is a supply chain? That means how the products are supplied in their branches, and how the company will deal with it. So how analytics helps there? Analytics helps in efficient delivery and optimal sorting of goods. Okay, so delivery can be in a very efficient way. Okay, then vehicle and staff scheduling can be done through this data analytics. Vehicle routing can be done, which vehicle is holding which route, where it is been deployed, which vehicle is going through, and what is the frequency of all these vehicles. Then better inventory and processing controls are made. Better inventory management is been done by these analytics tools, and it can establish efficient supply chains. Okay, next, in the healthcare, you might you can just imagine, you can also brainstorm your area. You can go for healthcare sector. You can see that in during the COVID-19, you have sitting at your own home, own houses, you through your mobile, through your computer systems, laptops, everywhere, you can see how many people have uh, how many people they have they have encountered, they have got corona fever, how many people they are admitted into hospitals. Then if you have I think you all have got your Arogya Setu application in your mobiles, right? So there you can check that how many persons at your locality, within your locality, outside your state, outside your country, how many people they have got affected, how many recovered, how many um deceased. Everyone, every data you are getting, right? So all this data are centralized and everywhere you are getting this data. So how this is possible? This is possible through analytics. Okay. So in healthcare sectors, it can have a greater control over the medicines. It can get a greater control over the management of patients. It can, the doctors, they have got so much of assistance in prescribing certain drugs to the patients. So all these things have been influenced by the help of data analytics tools. Okay. Next, marketing. Their better use of advertising budgets, effective pricing strategies can be made. Then the demand forecasting can be done in an improved manner. Then better product line management can be done, and they can also monitor the customer satisfaction and the loyalty. So in marketing, it can be done like this through data analytics. Similarly, during cyclones, hurricanes, and typhoons, there are three types of this cyclonic disasters named at different areas: cyclones, hurricanes, and typhoons. So during that, how the market will behave, what product will have higher demand. Like during the cyclone, you might have seen that the groceries will have higher demand, not the garments, right? So from where we have got it? We have got it through this data analytics. And how much through data, and this is the information we have got. But how data analytics will help? The data analytics will help that if there is a prediction of cyclone, then how much products should be present in the stock in order to fulfill the market demand during the cyclonic period, during the cyclonic disaster. Okay. So in agriculture also, lot of things like a particular type of manure, it is helping in this crops, in this season, within this month, this date to this date. If it is been put, then there will be drastic changes in the uh, crop production. So likewise, the analysis, the data analytics will help the agriculture sector also. Similarly, in veterinary, fisheries, in veterinaries nowadays, I'm associated with some person into for data analytics. They are doing the genomic selections. So they are trying to get the better type of breed, so that there will be better milk production in future. There should be better cattle, better bull selections. So those things can be made by the help of this data analytics, and they're using the R software. I'm telling you proudly that they're using the R software. Okay. So in veterinary, fishery, in sales, in stocks, inventories, in lot of area, if you'll see everywhere, if you'll see, just move your head around, you will see everywhere there will be the use of data analytics, and those data are in high demand by the companies who are making money out of it. You are generating the data, and those data are becoming the becoming they are making the businesses like during the corona pandemic, during the where everything has become online, the OTT platform has got the business, and they have used this data analytics feature into such extent that nowadays they are uh, doing means earlier when you have seen Hotstar. You all know Hotstar. Everyone heard of Hotstar?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So Hotstar, earlier it was just asking the production houses, film production houses, for the films, for the successful films to be displayed in their platform. But nowadays they have used the data analytics feature to such extent that now they are becoming the boss, and the film production houses, they're approaching Hotstar to get their films gain popularity. So you just see that how the tables have turned. How the tables have turned. Earlier it was asking the production houses. Now production houses are asking them to get popularity, because very less people are coming comparative to previous 5 years back scenario. Uh, Nowadays people prefer to join the OTT platform and see the movies at home. It is being cheaper, it is being very much with family they can uh, see it, and now they are making money out of these films, and film production houses, they are approaching them. So tables have turned due to this data analytics. So there are much and much of the applications of data analytics, and if you are planning to get into it, you will be also the part of this data analytics field. Then what you need to do, you need to just have certain determination and interest and determination, and you should be aware of the technologies to greater extent. Okay, so now we'll discuss regarding the technologies involved. What are the technologies that are helping us to do the data analytics, to be in the data analytics scenario? So there are basically two types of approach for data analysis: menu driven approach, and another is programming language approach. In menu driven applications, you will find Microsoft Excel. To smaller extent, it is helping the data analytics. Tableau is there, Power BI is there, SPSS is there, SAS is there, Stata is there. Lot of technologies are there which are menu driven. Menu driven, you understand what is menu driven? There are menu, there will be file, home, like you see in Microsoft Excel. You just click and you just get it perform, get the things done. So whatever facility is available there in the menu, you can just click over there and you can get it. Suppose you want to have the correlation, there will be a button called correlation. You just click on correlation and it will ask you the two sets of data, and you can just show the correlation between the data. So likewise, menu driven applications are also there in the field of data analytics. But there are programming languages too in the field of data analysis, and they are becoming popular over the menu driven application, though even though the menu driven applications are easier to conduct. Click and get it done, that is easy than writing the program, right? Do you all agree with this? Do you all agree with this, that clicking and doing the things done, getting the things done, is easier than writing the program and getting the things done, isn't it? Are you able to follow what I'm telling?
Yes,
Menu?
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, but it is depend upon the situation.
Yeah, no. I'm telling about. I'm not telling about the higher demand of data analytics. I'm just telling that which one will you prefer? It everything is available. Same to same. Everything is available in menu, um, with a menu driven application, and everything is available with programming language. Which one you will prefer? Definitely you will prefer the menu driven applications, because there you will just click and get the things done. In programming languages, you have to write the code to get the things done. So people Some people, those who are not into programming, they are preferring menu driven applications. Okay, but the people who are into programming languages, like they are previously in some IT field, they are IT experts, they are into software markets, they are preferring the programming languages for data analytics. They are not preferring the menu driven applications because it will give you a customized approach. That means in menu driven application, whichever thing is there, you have to follow it only. You cannot create a customized application of your own depending upon your production need. So, and that power can be done, that power can be given to you by the help of these programming languages. Okay, so I will tell you, this will be told to you in a greater extent during the programming classes, during the language classes. But I'm telling that menu driven applications are also there in market, programming languages are also there in the market. Okay, so these are the technologies which are involved in programming languages. You will have R, Python, Scala, Julia, Java. There are many. SQL is also there. Lot of languages are there, but the popular two languages I can quote here is R and Python. Okay, now I'll go for R. Till this point everyone understood what is the need, what is data analytics, everything understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I'll go for R. In R, I will not tell you R programming language. I will not tell you today. Okay. So I will just tell you all these things. What is R? Why R? When you should use R? When R? And how R? R is this slide only. I will tell you that whatever I need to tell you regarding R. First of all, what is R? In a what is R, I will tell you the definition and who are the inventors. Then in why R, I will tell you what key features is associated with R so that anyone can prefer R over other softwares, other programming languages or other applications. Then I will tell you when we should go for R, when we should not, that I will tell you. Then how to go for R, what are the basic steps or basic building blocks of R, data modeling. These four, you can remember, these four are the key features of R. R is simply a programming language which creates a software environment for statistical data analysis, graphical representation, reporting, and data modeling. These are the four key features of R. Ross Ihaka and Robert Gentleman, these two persons, Ross Ihaka and Robert Gentleman, they have built this. And finally, it has come to the market and with its full-fledged manner in 2000. So, 23 years back, R is there in the market. Since 23 years it is there, and rapidly it is having it is having its additions. It is open source. So why we should go for R? There is a lot of programming languages, there is a lot of menu driven applications for data analysis, but R is one of the most important tool because it helps the researchers, data analysts, statisticians, and marketers for retrieving, cleaning, analyzing, visualizing, and presenting data. Why? It efficiently handles a large amount of data. If you have small data, very small amount of data, you don't need to go for R. You don't need R. But if you have a large amount of data and dynamic data also, it can efficiently handle it. It provides many statistical techniques statistical tests, classification, clustering, data reduction. I'm going into more technical because these are the features only. Because of this only, because of the statistical techniques only, R is gaining popularity. Still there in the market. Even if Python is there in the market, R is still having its position. Python is a booming language as compared to R, but R is presented with its full area because of these features. It is having the tools, it is having the methods for applying the statistical techniques such as statistical test, classification, clustering, reduction, everything. So you can draw graphs, very highly interactive graphs in R. You can also draw graphs. You have, if you have encountered Microsoft Excel and Tableau and Power BI and all, so you have seen that there is a lot of attractive there is a lot of methods, there is a lot of facilities to design and draw the graphs over the data. But if you will compare it with that of R, you will see that how R can represent the data. That means that there is a lot of things like Excel has very short. It's having a limitation that it cannot handle a large number of data, large amount of data. If if we'll get in Excel, it will just it cannot process it so quickly to give you the graphs, and you cannot draw inference through the Excel graphs out of the entire data, but you can do so in R, and you can see that how it represents, how it is represented. So R graphs is taking the entire market, entire data analysis market. If you would get to know R, if you will join the course of R, you will see that how data visualization is so much interactive in R. You can also Google the same thing if you need, and it will tell you how R is so much popular in terms of data visualization. Okay. It has many packages, many statistical packages, mathematical packages, which can be used to solve different analytical problems. It can work on different platforms. Like it is not confined to only one platform. Like Microsoft Excel is confined to Windows platform, but R is not. R can work with Windows, Mac, Linux, everywhere. It is open source and free to use. You don't need to pay. Like in SPSS, it is menu driven, it is easy, it is having statistical methods, but still it is not gaining that much popularity than that of R, because it is not free. You need to purchase the license of SPSS. If you've heard about the package, SPSS is a statistical package for analysis, but still it is not getting that popularity as compared to R, as because it is you have to pay for it. It is not open source and free. It has a large community support as it is open source. So many developers, they are contributing their methodologies to R in order to get more problems solved, get many problems solved regarding the data analytics area. When you should go for R? When you don't need, when there is no inference required, only you need to store the data, you need the database systems, you need the database management systems, you don't need R. So there will be no need. You don't need any statistical calculation, then you don't need R. There is a very small amount of data, don't need R. You need Excel or any other data storage. You need basic chart and graph preparation, you don't need R. You can get it done with Excel or any other small chart tools. You have already purchased the licensed high budgeted software like SPSS, SAS and all. You don't need R, because they will They will give you whatever you need for your company. You have purchased, so it will serve you. You don't need you have already purchased. But when you need, if you have large amount of data needed to be analyzed, if you have many statistical measures to find, if you need to perform some statistical testing, hypothesis testing, then you need R. You need highly attractive and influential graphs and charts, you need R. You need customized data reporting. You don't need to represent only in tabular form. You need to represent in a document form. Then you need R. So this is the clear picture when you should go for R and when you don't need to go for R. And if you don't need to spend money for all these kind of analysis, then also you need R. Low cost or no cost data analysis and modeling, you need R. Okay. Then how you can get this? How you can get this R? You have two building blocks. First one, you need the software. You need to install the software, R software. And second thing, you need to know the R programming. Installation is needed, and you need to get acquainted with the R programming, its methods, its functionalities, its packages, its libraries, everything you need to know. So then only you will get to deal with this R. Installation, it is free of cost, available over internet. I have given the source. If you will be into our tutorials or our courses, you will also be taught how to install the software for R. Excuse me. And depending upon your latest version of your platforms, like whatever operating system you have, according to that you will get to have your own R. Then you can deal with that. And later you need to know the programming style, how the programming in R done, and then you can deal with all these things. Now R and Python stand together in this data analytics scenario, data science scenario. R and Python both stand together. Even if Python is gaining popularity, R is also making its own moves. So I'm giving a very little comparative study. It can be comparable in many ways, but I have chosen very short but, but important differences between R and Python. Why they exist in market, why they still exist, why Python is existing for, and why R is existing for. Because Python and R both are free, both are open source languages, both can run in Windows, Mac, Linux, and all operating systems. Both can handle just about any data and any type of analysis tasks. Both are considered relatively easy languages to learn. Both are good for beginners. So lot of similarity are there, but still R and Python are standing together for their own, with their own features, for at their own places. So why Python is better? Why you should go for Python? If you are handling massive amount of data, if you are building the deep learning models, which involves actually the image processing, your video, audio, dealing with videos and audio, more deep image sensing, sensors, all these things are coming here. More into artificial intelligence. Then Python is more efficient in performing non-statistical tasks like web scraping, saving to databases, running workflows. All these things can be done in a better way in Python. Okay. Why R is better for? R is better in graphics and data visualization. Okay. Though Python is having some methods for data visualization, but still R is having more and more functionalities. to present the data in a various visualized way, various pictorial manner. You can see, if you learn R, you will see that how data can be represented, how beautifully data can be represented. So R is better for creating graphics and data visualizations. R is better for you building statistical models. The statistical models that is used in data analytics task, that is built in R in a very efficient way. And R has its robust ecosystem for statistical packages, which is Python is growing in that area, but R is already having a lot of statistical packages, a large ecosystem or robust ecosystem of statistical packages. Initially, R has been developed by the statisticians, so that's why the main motto to help the statisticians grow in their field, R has developed all its methods, its functionalities, its libraries, and it is helping the statistician mathematicians to analyze the data in a better way. Okay, now we have come to the end, towards the end of this data analytics with R session, where I will tell you that what are the contents, what are the things that you will learn here or anywhere else. But if you decide to learn this technology, then what you are going to have. So here at Silan Software, I have given that what we have and what you should have to know it. So first of all, I will like to discuss what we have. That is, we have the industry standard course curriculum that will enable you to stand as a data analyst with all the ability to do the data analytics with the help of R, Python, or whatever things you do. So you have the industry standard curriculum. Then you can join online from your house. You can join wherever, anywhere you are, you'll be there. You can join. You can join. No need to come physically. You will be able to get so many scenarios, so many problems to solve, so that it will help you in your career, in your employment. So there will be rigorous problem solving in this sessions. Also, you'll get exposures to real-time data. Along with, you will have the placement assistance. So these are all the things you will have in data analytics with R. And for this, the basic requirement you should have, that is, you should have some programming knowledge. You should have some statistical and mathematical knowledge, basic statistics and basic mathematics and basic programming. So as in the beginning, I have already asked you that how many of you are from programming background, how many of you are from statistical and mathematical background. But don't worry, during this due period of time, due course of time, you have all the facilities to learn all these three things, to master these three things. Because even if you don't know what is bits and bits of programming, you will find it easy to learn this programming. You will be taught how to do the programming in R. You will also be taught how what are the basic statistics you need to learn, what are the basic area of mathematics you need to master in order to go for this data analytics. Okay, so this is all I need to tell for today.